Hey, everybody. This week we've been talking about manifesting anything that we want. And I really encourage you to go back and watch the masterclass if you haven't seen it. And then I did a short one yesterday about manifesting money specifically. And last night I was supposed to have the interview with our financial planner, author, and success coach, Teresa Lieutenant, and ended up with some technical difficulties that prevented the interview from happening. And I thought about manifestation and I thought about what did I do to contribute to that situation that I could teach on today. And two things came up that were really important, really, really important. So what happened is she's in Seattle and I'm in Kansas. And so I usually when I do Facebook Live interviews, it's with people who are sitting right with me. So I needed to use some new technology to me. I got BeLive TV and I got it days in advance, watched tutorials, wrote down instructions, felt very prepared to utilize the technology last night for the interview. Plus, she and I showed up 15 minutes prior to the time of the interview to start, so we had time to deal with logistics and things that would come up. But my first thing that I did to block manifesting a successful interview last night was I had worry about it. I worried about using the new technology to me. I am not the most technical girl on the block, and I get a little intimidated with technology and things like that. And I literally let that worry and fear enter. So instead of having no tension about it, I was operating under fear and worry, which blocks us being able to manifest what we want. Okay, so that's one way that I made that happen. I created that scenario. And then the other thing that happened was when we realized my camera wasn't working, and I was quickly trying to figure out how to solve the problem. I was emailing BeLive TV technical support. Teresa, the interviewee, was on. She was on with me, and her husband came in, and her son came in, who's very technical, and they're all trying to troubleshoot too. So I'm listening to them. I'm waiting and listening to BeLive TV, and I'm not listening to my own voice. And it's not that those other voices were bad or not helpful, because they were thinking of all kinds of things that we could check and try and etc. But in my intuition, I was thinking, just Google this and see what Google says, right? But I didn't do it because I was waiting for BeLive TV to tell me what to do, which what they told me to do I had already done, we realized. And the different things that were coming up for Teresa and her family were things that troubleshooting that didn't get us there either. And so all this time passed while I'm listening to everybody else and distracting myself, thinking that my own intuition isn't going to give me the answer, but instead they've got the answers because I'm the one that doesn't know anything about technology, and I should be listening to all these other people who really honestly do have more technical know-how than me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I ignored my own intuition for about 30 minutes. Well, by then, the interview time had started and we made an announcement. We're having technical difficulties. Please hang on. Then another 15 minutes went on while we were trying all these different things. Still, I'm not trying what I think I ought to try then. I put up a post that said, the interviews, she and I rescheduled it for a couple weeks from now. And so I put up the announcement, sorry, this didn't happen tonight. We're going to do it in 2 weeks on this date, this time, etc. So we get off of there, get over here, and I'll be darned. So then I Google it, I get the answer, and it took 2 minutes. I had the situation corrected, and at 7:22 last night, got it all functioning. 22 minutes later than we planned on starting the interview. So we decided to table it, and because I'd already told everybody it wasn't going to happen, etc. But here's the thing. If I would have listened to my intuition, if I would have listened to my own voice in my head at 6:45 last night and immediately Googled and followed the instructions on Google, which took me less than 2 minutes to correct the issue, that interview would have happened. It would have happened on time. We would have been ahead of schedule, actually. and everything would have been just fine. So, two things I learned about manifesting, or was reminded of. I know this, but I was reminded of yesterday in terms of how I handled this was when we let worry or fear enter in, we are blocking manifestation. And it is so important to listen to our own voice. It's so important to listen to our own voice. Not that we can't learn from other people, not that people don't contribute to it. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying trust yourselves. Trust that inner you to know how to get you where you want to go and help you create what you want to create in life. Don't ignore it. Don't make other people's voices louder than your own, right? So that's my message today. When you're manifesting, to remember those two things and go create what you want to create. And life will be sweeter and sweeter as you keep doing that. So anyway, have a great night, and I'll talk to you again soon.